go through with you to introduce you to school. And then I'll close it with animation exercise. Okay. Let's wait a while. The place is very noisy. I have a renovation happening upstairs, so I may not be able to hear you. Okay. So can I have some right type to the chat? May I know which course are you from? I know architecture, experiential design.
We are from the architecture.
Architecture, okay. Experiential design. Anyone? Interaction design. Or all from architecture? Okay, interactive design, architecture. Anyone else? I thought there's one experiential design. Okay, I'll turn on my speaker. It's very noisy here.
So the healthy numbers, 45. I think we give them about maybe to 210 because it seems like they're streaming in.
I think we'll wait for a bit longer.
Yeah,
You still see people coming in.
exactly.
All right. So other than introduction design and architect, I saw on web. I'm not sure. Is there a web course? Any others? Oh, Power Interactive Design. Okay. Wow. Any other course here other than these two courses? Web design, yeah. All right, we'll be starting soon.
So it's interactive design, web, and architecture. Those
Yeah.
are the disciplines. Interior exhibition design. Okay. So that will cover under XPID.
Wow, I have one title mentioned interior stylist. Interesting.
Here, style this.
Yeah. Okay. I understand you have one. What is this called? Sorry, I have to turn off my sound for now. It's noisy here.
Yeah, once I stop hearing the ding 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 sound, I think we can start already. 55. Okay. $60. Yeah, for those who are participating, if you turn your camera on, it's okay. If you are not comfortable with the camera on, it's fine. Usually we like to see faces. So if you're, moderately dressed and not just woken up, you can turn your camera on. But if you're generally too shy, it's okay. You can turn your camera on. Just to give you an idea how Zoom works, when your camera is on, it's usually prioritized. So we can actually see you and you can ask questions and stuff. There are two ways you can ask questions today. One is type in the chat, any questions you might have. Is there a Q&A function, Poyong? Is it turned on? I don't
No,
see
it's
it.
not on, just chat.
Just chat,
I
right?
think we have a chat, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Okay.
can either speak through the mic or you can post a chat.
Yep. So you can post on chat while the what you call the talk is going on. And then at the end, we open up to verbal Q&A. If you chime in with a question, we can try to answer as much as we can. Now, some of the questions will overlap because if one person will ask one question, there's a very high chance 70% of you will have the same exact question as well. So we'll try to cover as much as we can. The talk will be broken up into two parts. One is we give you a quick overview, a 20-minute overview of all the different courses. Then followed by the EAE application process, because I think it's also good to kind of bring you through the process rather than you all hunt around outside, right? So since you're already here, we'll kind of guide you through what the EAE is all about and the processes behind it, so you get one-stop information. Then we'll break up to any specific questions you might have for the different programs. For example, architecture, interaction design, product interior design. You all can feel free to ask verbal questions. You can ask about admissions as well, because Mr. Poyong here is actually our admissions officer. I'm a lecturer for year 3 in interaction design as well, so I can answer questions regarding web interaction design, etc. Yeah. So that's kind of the agenda for today. There's nothing formal, so if you have questions, there'll be a Q&A section. Feel free to just raise your hand and chime in, or just unmute and ask a question. We will try our best to answer it. Any question that we can't answer, let's say you come up with a really obscure question that we were like, like, wow, what's that? We will get back to you. You give us your email, maybe a message directly to Mr. Poyong or myself. If you have a very specific question that's only to you, we can help you answer and get back to you outside of the talk that we have today. Yeah. Okay. So let me know when to start, Poyong.
I think we can start now. There's not many stuff. Yeah, we can start now if you want. Yeah, we can start now. Adrian.
One second, I got one question from a student. Hold on. He went to the wrong room. Okay. Okay, so I'm Adrian, Mr. Adrian. I'm a third-year lecturer for interaction design. That's Mr. Poyong over there, our programmer lecturer, which kind of goes across different diplomas. I know him from as the registration officer as well as the admissions officer. Plus, he teaches scripting for my year 2s. So that's how we kind of know each other. There's one more person in the group, Miss Data. She can't join us today because concurrently she's also doing another talk for EAE. But what she did with modern technology, she cloned herself, right? So she cloned herself digitally, and she will still be here to give you the talk. But she managed to do it digitally. She pre-recorded the overview for us, so that she gets the same what I call consistent presentation. Basically, she doesn't trust us to do the presentation. So yeah, because we're boys and we are smelly and we're lousy. So she pre-recorded it, and I thought it was great. Use of modern technology to clone yourself, and that's what we're going to run in about 1 minute. Right? So don't be shocked if you see a digital face. It's pre-recorded. It's only 20 minutes long, but I give you a quick overview. Then Mr. Poyong will do a live presentation, right? Not pre-recorded. That's actually Mr. Poyong there. It's not a pre-recorded video. Although interaction students, I do challenge you to pre-record yourself and try to get away with it in class. Some of my students have tried that, and I was so convinced that they're actually there, but it's a loop. So that's how sneaky the students we have. So Mr. Poyong will do it live. He will explain the EAE process as a whole. So you all can take down notes. So on one part, we're going to cover the overview. Another part, we're going to cover the process. Then we come to Q&A. You all can ask us either on the diploma program they're interested in, as well as the EAE application process as well. Okay. More specifically, because EAE is portfolio based, you probably have questions about when, how is my portfolio going to be and stuff like that, right? Okay. Yes, you can eat if you want. All right. No, don't apologize if you're eating. We can't see you. We can't hear you, so I won't get hungry. So feel free to have a meal, have some snacks, have a drink. Okay, so now I'm going to run the video. Let me just pull the screen up, see whether I can share it. Okay, optimize for video. Okay. So I'm going to do a quick test. Let me know whether there's sound.
I'm Miss Data from the School of Design.
Do you all hear any sound? Is it okay? Poyong? Is there sound? Yes, very good. All right. So let's start. I'm going to full screen this, and then we can do a quick start. So, full screen, not very nice. Let's do the full screen here because I want you to see Miss Data's face. She teaches animation, but she's also an outreach rep. She's very good at inspiring and motivating students. So you might bump into her. She's the only pirate we have in school. As you can tell, she wears a scarf and she never takes it out. So yeah, she's our resident pirate as well. So with no more introductions, I'm going to let you, let digital data take over the limelight, right?
I'm Miss Data from the School of Design and Media, and I'm here to talk about, our diplomas. Okay, so what I have here is a list of our diplomas. We have 8 diplomas. We have motion graphic design, animation and visual effects, game art design, which is the design aspect of game design, basically. Game development technology is for programmer. Okay. Then we have architecture, interaction design, experiential product and interior design, which is brand new, and visual communication. So basically, what do we have here? We have a wide range of a lot of interesting diplomas, okay? And you'll be asking yourself, with all the diplomas available amongst the poly, why should I choose you? Of course, because we are awesome, right? We're super duper awesome. But I can tell you that we've been around for a very long time. When it comes to digital media, particularly, right, we are the pioneer program in Singapore, the first one in Singapore to have animation, for instance. All the faculty is from the industry. We are award-winning people. We're loving, caring. We're very funny. The school is interdisciplinary. It means that we do many projects across the different diplomas. We have a lot of award-winning works, and we have a very strong collaboration with the industry, both local and overseas, as well as advanced standing with university, which means I have yet to find an SDM student that did not manage to get into university after they got their diploma. So here, this is me boasting all the awesome stuff that we do and that we have. We have a PlayStation lab. We have the largest Wacom Synthetic labs in the world. We work on National Day Parade every year. We've been doing that for 11 years now. We won an Indigo Design Award, which is like the Oscar for interaction design. We won a Yellow Pencil Award, which is also sort of like an Oscar for design. We won Rookies, Crowbar, you name it. We are very good at work skills as well. So let me talk to you about all the different diplomas. I'm going to start with animation in visual effects because it's our pioneer program. So animation in visual effects has basically branched out into 3 different tracks because the industry has become very hybrid. A lot of our animation students ended up working in film. So we have 45 alumni currently working in Lucasfilm, and one of them is the lead animator on the Hulk, in the Avenger movies and in the Hulk movies, all right? In school, you have 2D tracks, 3D tracks, and visual effects, so you can sort of specialize. And then you can see that the students end up doing something like this between 3D and 2D. This is what you will see that our, work progress will be like, from storyboard to 3D play blast, so don't let me meet your friends, okay? And all the way to final shot, okay? So this is a standard animation process from storyboarding, 3D modeling, animating, play blast, and then in the end, texturing, lighting, and, beautification of the shots. All right, so visual effects focuses on the physics of natural element, liquids, smoke, fire, and then of course exploding stuff because we love exploding things. So these are some of the projects that we did with MediaCorp in the past, there's a lot of industry-based projects that come our way. We're currently on a lot of Nickelodeon projects as well. Okay, so what are the career choices that you get from animation and visual effects? From the classic animation, pre-production, production, post-production jobs, all the way to becoming comic and illustrator. Though that one is a very hard job to learn because you need to be extremely good and talented. You can even become a producer, for instance. And for visual effects, you can do like look development for film. You can become a cinematographer. Basic entry-level jobs will be much moving and rotoscoping for film and film production coordinator. Now, after animation and visual effects, we have game art design. Like most diploma, this includes animation and visual effects, motion graphics, discom. You start from fundamentals. You learn analysis of form, your drawings, all those kind of things. And then you move on to world creation, applying, your color theory and your digital painting to world creation. You apply your anatomy studies to your 3D modeling of characters, to, character design, and so on, until you end up creating a game. So what kind of jobs can you land with a diploma in game art design? Of course, you can be an animator, you can be a concept artist, you can be a 3D artist, you can be a producer, but you see there's a lot of user experience and user interface that is coming into the picture, as well as VR and AR technology on the horizon, and we do teach you that kind of stuff, as well as AI, artificial intelligence. Now, let's say that you're very interested in games, but you're not very good at drawing, but your mathematic logical sense is quite okay. There is a desperate need for programmers in the world, let me tell you the truth. So what you do in game development is you learn to do programming. You learn a different coding and programming language every semester. You learn problem solving, and you understand the production pipeline of what game design will be like. the students from game development technology and game art design come together in year 3 to create video games together. And, AR, VR projects are in the making. If you go on Steam, you'll find some of the projects done by the students over the years, like Elan or Monomino and so on, and they're quite fun to play with. So this is where you see artificial intelligence come into the picture, as well as cloud programmer and server programmer, right? So this is for those of you who would like to become a coder, a programmer. We really have a desperate need for people that will make our world function around us, make our life easy. Okay, so after that, I'm going to talk about visual communication. Now, here we're going more into advertisement and design. There's 2 diplomas that focus on the pure element of design. One is visual communication and the other one is motion graphic design. Now, visual communication kind of focuses more on the traditional support of imageries, where they do brand identity as well as packaging and product design. They do a lot of virtual merchandising as well, where they design window displays and things like that. So what you see here is some form of illustration as well as branding and identity. So very traditional branding and identity, I would say. Now, visual design is one of the branches of VisCom, where the students that like to draw and illustrate go to. So you see a lot of illustration happening here. So what you're seeing here is one of the projects they did for Robinson. This mural was like five stories high. And it was there for a couple of years. And if you went to Gardens by the Bay, you would see, as you took the escalator, there was a whole story that you would see. Whereby virtual merchandising and branding and identity focuses more on the design, the pure design aspect of communicating idea and making brands stand out. So what you see here is one of our students going to Disney for an internship and working on the sumthin. So what kind of career do you get from diploma in VisCom? Of course, you become a classic graphic designer and a visual merchandising designer. You may land a job in advertisement and in social media marketing. Of course, you can end up in product design, where you could become a packaging designer, toy designer, and so on. Or you can become a brand identity communication designer. Now, I'm going to go to the other end of design. So I'm going to go to motion graphic design. So the main difference with VC is that they do more video than VC. Visual communication does video, but they do mostly like illustration and identity and so on, right? But motion graphic is the other way around. They do more video stuff. So this is National Day Parade. The students have been working on this for 10 years. Whenever you watch the National Day Parade and you see pretty images behind the performer, do know that it's my kids. They are in year 3 and they're already rocking the world. It's borderline advertisement, and because they do animation, it's not storytelling like how you would do for animation per se, right? It's more based on conveying idea and stuff. So that's why it's closer to advertising than it is to animation. It's very fast paced. There's some visual effects in it. So what they end up doing is actually they end up working for broadcast stations or for television. But let me tell you that a lot of the jobs are in motion design and animation. In fact, a lot of the animation students even end up working as a motion animator and motion designer, for the simple reason that the booming industry, movie title credits are done in motion graphic style. All the moving credits as you see on TV during a football game, for instance, is motion graphic. All the commercials are using motion graphic design. So it's one of those things that I would say is the job of the future. Now, I'm going to move on to architecture. And when I talk to architecture, so these are all my experiential diploma coming up to you, right? Which means that they put the human being at the center of the universe. Everything that they design is designed around the human. So that's why the user experience become the core of these diplomas. So when I talk about architecture, a lot of people just think about, building. But actually, a lot of architecture has to do with redesigning the space around the human, redesigning the space for the people, redesigning the space by you having less impact as possible on the environment. So being environmental friendly in a way. And think about your classroom and how if you sit at the back of your classroom, you cannot see your board. So then you want to redefine the space, redesign the classroom in such a way that everybody gets a good look at the board. So for instance, if you come and visit us, we have a 360 classroom. So all the tables are round and the board is all around them. So nobody's sitting in the back, everybody's sitting in front seat. So this is redesigning something that already existed. So they took the reserve and they emptied the interior and redesigned the space with these very beautiful organic shapes and using local material and even recycled materials. All right, so these are all the possible jobs that are available to you in this kind of field. So of course you can become a spatial designer and architecture if you go further study, especially in university. But project management is very important because you need to be able to spec a project knowing how much it will cost you, what kind of materials, what kind of resources you need. Try to be 0 kilometer, environmentally friendly, and so on. All right. Now I'm going to move to interaction design because it's always very hard to explain interaction design. So I always use the phone because we all have a smartphone and tablets or tablets today. But do you guys remember when the phone was not smart and it was very, very stupid? It had buttons. And if you wanted to send a message to somebody, and if you wanted to tell them off like, curse you, I don't like you, I cannot tahan you, right? And then you type too fast and then you miss your letter and then you have to restart typing. So someone who could not tahan anymore decided, I gotta find a fast way to be angry and flip table at people. So they decided everything was gonna be on the screen and then introduced the smart gesture, you're pinching, you're rotating, you're double tapping, you're scrolling and so on. So that person was an interaction designer. And interaction design focuses on creating apps. That's why they won the Indigo Award. The Indigo Award was this beautiful app that it's on the phone where you can scan your menu and then you can see the AR photo of your food. So you get to see the food because before it reaches your table. And then you're like, that looks yummy. Do I want to eat it? Extremely useful. I know that I would love to have something like that. They do website, of course. They also do installation for museums. So this is something that we did with the art science. We used to do a lot of projects with the art science. Now the art science is on and off low-key because of COVID. But for instance, this one was extremely fun because you could interact with the rubber thing, whether it's an end, the foot or the ear, and then the person in the video would react. Now what this dude doesn't know is that his own reaction is being recorded. So when he walks back here, you can see how silly he looked when he was slapping, giggling at the hand. All right, now this is another job of the future because user experience and user interface are something that are extremely important. Everybody is redesigning website in such a way that it become extremely useful, but even the games are redesigning the interface to improve the playability of everything. So for instance, online, now I want to talk to you about experiential product and the interior design. Now this is fairly new because they used to be two diploma, but they came together because they realized they had a lot of things in common. I will tell you what the one thing is after I show you what they do. So in the past they used to do spatial design and it was very close to architecture and product design. So the process was the same, whereby they would start from like a sketch all the way to prototype. And the first year is very hands-on. They use different material. They even have a material room where they can go there and kind of figure out, I want this type of plastic. No, I want to use this type of wood before they build something, which is fairly amazing. And so they go from sketch all the way to prototype, all the way to building the actual thing. And they do furniture design, for instance. So one of the reasons why these two diplomas merged together is because of this hospitality design. suddenly hotels start asking for our intern and our alumni to go there and improve the quality of hospitality design. My bellboy has a very hard time pushing the trolley with all the luggage. Can you improve the design of that? Or this couple is coming over and is celebrating an anniversary. Can you design the experience for them? So this new industry is kind of being born. We've been working with Novotel for 3 or 4 years already, and suddenly it's a market, is an opportunity, and we are exploring that so that our students can find very lucrative jobs once they graduate. Okay, so internship and career opportunity, I think that you will see a lot of familiar brands here. And you know, right, you're gonna go like, oh my God, that's Tiffany, oh, that's Wonder Woman, oh, that's IKEA, right? So you can see a lot of familiar brands. But let me show you the faces behind the brands. Yeah, regular people, just like you, right? Some of them create their own companies. The one in pink, it's companies founded by alumni. All right, and especially if you see Mighty Jacks, I think he became a millionaire overnight by making toys, designer toys. All right, but let's see that before you go and work, you want to go uni. So these are all the unis that will take you. We have advanced standing. It means that you can even waive some of the modules, so you can jump directly into year 2. All right, like I said, I've yet to find a student who did not manage to get to uni after getting a diploma from us. And a lot of these universities take you through portfolio. All right, and DigiPen is like, come, and we'll take you. All right, same with Domus Academy in Italy. That's a very hard one to get into. Okay, so let's talk about the enrollment procedure. So like I said, there's many possible ways to come in. I think SDAE is not concern of yours, unless you cannot manage to come in through this, then you want to try again. So it's your last resource. Normally for you guys, you may want to try the early admission exercise because it's coming in June. It's coming. What to put in a portfolio? I created a video for you. You can go and watch it. It's time coded, so you can skip directly to the diploma of your choice. Okay, so it's a lot of QR code, and you're like, I'm so lost, so many QR codes, so many links, which one do I say? Fear not, I have the ultimate QR code that has it all. You want this one. Okay, as you can see, I have a Discord server. Okay, you can join the Discord server, and all of these slides will be there. All the link to the videos, to the portfolio preparation workshop, to the EAE festival, they are all there. Plus, you can ping me directly. You can go @DataSor. Hello, Miss Data, where do I find this thing? I look around, but there's so many channels I cannot find it. Then I will tell you, oh, go here. It's right there. Okay? You can always email me at this myp-sdm-outreach@nyp.edu.sg. But if you join Discord, it's going to be much, much easier.
We can't hear you. You're muted.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. That's like the what you call the statement of the year, isn't it? So that's digital data. It's uncanny because it feels like she's there. I've done this talk many times with her, and she's exactly like this. So it's not for show. She's actually quite animated. So that's a quick overview. Now the next thing I wanted to share with you before we break to Mr. Poyong is how to select different diploma programs, especially when you look at different polys are offering quite similar stuff. How do you pick something that suits you? A lot of students will just go, oh yeah, I'm in architecture, I will go for the one with the diploma and the name architecture is there, right? And then you take the different diploma programs from different polys that had architecture, and then yeah, that's my list of things that I like to do. By natural fact, that's not really correct. If you're really interested in learning, you will need to know what they're going to teach you in the program itself. And you can find this in our course booklets. So if you type in SDM space booklet in Google, it will lead you to a place where you can download a course booklet. I'm going to share with you specifically for your program, the ones that you're interested in, what you should be looking out for. So for example, this is our actual course booklet in digital format, which you can download. But I wanted to just highlight what you should be looking for if you are considering taking a diploma program in anywhere, not just our school, but other schools. You should be shopping around by looking at, for example, if you look at architecture, the course curriculum. That's, for me, the most important thing, because if I want to spend 3 years in a school, I want to know what I'm learning and not enter the school and be surprised like, what? I'm learning this? No. So do have a look at the course curriculum, because it kind of gives you an idea how the courses are run and what subjects they're teaching. So take, for example, if you look at architecture, you go to the course curriculum, you can see how the core modules are kind of broken up, and there's internship, there's studio work, etc. If you go down to interaction design, experimental, product and interior design. So for those who are into interior design, product design, these are the core things you need to be doing. So you go like, oh, okay, I'm going to learn 3D in year 2, 2D in year 1, All these things you need to know, because it gives you confidence that when you join a bigger program, you're going to learn something. And then, of course, if you go down interaction design, you go like, this other stuff. I teach mostly third year subjects, so you only see me in the common electives in year 3, all the advanced stuff. But you can see, year 1, you're going to do a little bit of coding, you're going to do cognitive communication interaction, really fun class, right? You're going to do branding identity, and then year 3, you got a chance to do digital communication design, physical interaction design, etc. So in things that you go like, oh, I don't know what that is, quickly Google it, you kind of will find out what kind of curriculum that we have designed and you can work on. So this is how I would, as a student, right? Not just go by name, but go by, I would love to study more, learn more, especially for IT students. You're not fresh out of secondary school. You already got a little background. You know what you like already. You know what you are very good with and what you want to learn more. I think that's what you got to ask yourself coming to a polytechnic. You will definitely have an advantage. I've taught IT students and I love them because they're like brilliant, right? They're all brilliant. Because they've already got advantage. They've got some background in whatever we're teaching, and when they come in, they're usually my B+ and A students. Purely based on merit, right? Purely based on the work they produce. It's actually quite crafted. On top of that, our facilities are world class. We have a laser cutting room. We have enough workshops for any craft that you need. We have a maker space that works on paper craft, cloth, everything you need to do, metal, wood. We all have workshops for that. We have enough 3D printers in all different kinds of sizes. So in terms of support for your ideas, for example, you're going to create a product, you're going to do a architecture landscape using foam board and all that. Material-wise, we have a material lab that you can get materials from. And the school supports you 100% when it comes to all these facilities. So we're one of those few schools that actually have everything under one roof. Not very big, I'm sure IT has bigger workshops, but because our core is so small, we don't need 100-person workshop. Our workshops are like 35 to 40 people workshops. So they might be smaller than what you're used to, but it's more intimate, and the teaching load is 1 to 20 students. So you get a very intimate session with a lot of lectures we have. Yeah. So I'm going to pass you down to Mr. Poyong. Mr. Poyong, are you ready? Or did he kind of disappear somewhere? Yeah, I think he went off somewhere. Because his house is, neighbors are renovating. So he's I think, minimizing the drilling sound, right?
No, sorry, I can't find my mute button.
Oh, you can't find your mute button.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to pass you to Mr. Poyong, and then he will explain the EAE process on the whole, and then we open up the Q&A.
All right, so as I go along, if you are not clear, right, you can post question or you can stop me. I shall do this very slowly. Because based on experience, some of your senior make some mistakes, right? So And the turnaround time for the admission before the last exercise and the final admission is very short. All right, so usually we'll receive a lot of panic email, panic call from your seniors. Okay, so this is the schedule. Why is it not moving? Okay, this is our schedule. So do remember there are 3 exercises that you can participate in. All right, the first one is of course EAE, and it's going to be starting soon. Right, in fact it's this month. All right, then after that, let me annotate. Okay, then after that, nearer to the end, nearer to your final exam results announcement, all right, then we have the JPAE. Now, if you look at JPAE period, the announcement to the opening is less than 2 months, all right, so that's where complication comes in. Reason is that some of your friends may not get a place under JPAE, right? So they want to apply for SDAE, all right? So this is SDAE. Okay, so SDAE basically they're all the way to April, all right, just before the start of the semester. Okay. The reason between EAE, right, and JPAE, very simple. EAE is basically based on your portfolio. We don't look at your results. JPAE look at your results. Okay, when you apply, look at your results. So you have higher GPA, you have higher chances of getting into a poly. All right. SDAE is basically the last exercise that all polytechnic will have, and this is where anyone who are interested to study in the poly, right, regardless of the qualification that they have, they will try to apply during this time. All right, so can you imagine the number of candidates that we receive, all right, during this exercise. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at this minimum entry requirement. Now, minimum entry requirement, what it means is that before you're enrolled, all right, regardless of exercise, your GPA, okay, for NITEC student and for higher NITEC, this is the GPA. Okay, this is the GPA. Of course, if you don't do so well, quite close to this, you can still apply, right? But that's subject to availability. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the next one. All right. So I will touch on this exercise. All right. So for most of our students, right, we actually encourage them to take part in these 2 exercises, because these 2 exercises is not so much on result based, all right, it's aptitude based. What it means is that we select students based on your aptitude and your interest. All right. Okay. So EAE exercise. Now EAE exercise. This is roughly the whole exercise. The first thing that you need to do is that you need to go to the EAE online portal. Right, this is more managed by MOE. Yeah? So you went inside there, you write you do a write up, or 600 character write up, or why you have to choose the course. After that, all right, the poly will receive, all right, and then my school, SDM, will basically make a selection, shortlist student for interviews. All right, so after that, we recommend successful student, right? Student that we liked to enroll, right? To the MOE. Right? MOE will send you an offer. Okay. In the past, we still have students who, after accepting the offer, they feel that I don't like to. I think I'll turn out the offer. Right? This is the stage where they can withdraw. Okay. Any questions so far? stop me if you have a question. All right, so let's take a look at the dates. These are very important. So, all right, alamat. All right, so this is the date. The application date for you is 10th of June. Very fast, huh? Okay, so basically what you do, you make three. Okay, you can have three choices. Okay, you can make three choices. Up to, you don't need to do all three. And then the poly will invite you for interviews, right? So you most likely will be interviewed during this between these two periods. All right, so after that, you go home, you wait, right? Then on 7th September, you'll receive a message, or you can go online and check the status of your application, right? If you like the offer, accept the offer, okay? And then on the 30th of September, if you change your mind, you can always withdraw. Now, what we see is that a lot of your seniors, they have problem with this thing. They forget to go online and accept the offer. Okay, if you don't accept the offer, then the offer lapses. Okay, question? No, okay. So how does the selection process look like? Once we have a short list of students, right, we will do the invitation. You'll receive an email from us, okay, asking you to fill in some survey, asking you to fill a survey form. Hold on, okay. I'll ask you to do a survey form. We ask you to submit your digital portfolio, right? Submit digital portfolio, not how I put it. You just need to submit the link. All right, the instruction inside our emails. So you just submit your portfolio links, right, before you come for the aptitude test. Okay, you need to take the aptitude test before the interviews. A lot of your seniors, same thing, they forget to take the test. Okay, or after they take the test, they disappear. They forget about interviews. Okay, so basically, when you are here, two things you need to do: aptitude test and interviews. All right. Yeah. Okay, so after the aptitude assessment on the same day, you'll be interviewed by our lecturers. Okay, we'll do a portfolio review as well. Okay.
Chair,
Yeah.
if it's the date that you guys give us and we are not able to come for the interview, is it possible
Okay.
to postpone the date?
When we when we invite you for interviews, you can choose the dates. Okay, there will be a portal. You choose a date that you are free, that you are available. Okay.
Okay.
We don't demand that you must come on this day, lah. Okay, so those what we do is that we always send out invitation by batches. Okay, usually by choices, lah.
Is it a first come first serve basis or can
The booking, is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
the booking.
So what happens is that you have three choices, right? All right. So what we do is that we send by batches: first choice, second choice, third choice, and the booking is by first come first serve. Okay, you go to our system, you saw a date that you're comfortable with, you can go in and book the dates. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So when you have selected your course, right, and we are happy with your application, right, we will invite you and we'll send you an email asking you to make an appointment. Okay, and we proceed from there, lah. So if you look at the dates, right? If you look at the dates, there is that like close to 2 months. You got one month plus, okay, of dates for you to choose. Okay, a lot of dates you can choose. So don't worry lah. It's enough. We have allocated enough slots. Okay. I'll go into your choices later on. So any questions so far? Okay.
No, sir.
Yeah?
Don't have question.
Okay. So when we look at the portfolio, right, this is something that is very, some of your seniors also made mistakes. Now, when we look at portfolio, we're always looking for, 6 to 10 pieces of work. We want you to include only this number of work. Why? Because it does reflect your understanding of the course. All right, so if you are an architecture student, right, then the architecture course will require you to do something that is more related to architecture. All right, so we want you to curate your work, okay, so that we know whether you understand the course or otherwise. Okay, what will be included in this exercise? Just now, Ms. Data in the presentation, right? She has highlighted which of the she highlighted one link, okay, for you to look at what are the kind of costs that we are looking at. Okay. In addition to that, let me pull out something from my screen. Okay, if you go to NYP, all right, NYP portal. Okay, NYP page under the EAE exercise. Okay, you can look for our course. So, for example, for ITE, what I'm supposed to do, right? The dates. Okay, and then at the same page, if you scroll down, you will click on the School of Design and Media. Right, so I design media. I say, look, I want to do my architecture. Click on architecture. Then you will see the write-up on this. Right, so you can see what kind of portfolio, right, that we want. So, for example, in architecture, we want observation drawing. Obviously, right, you are an architecture student, right? You're going to apply, so you should understand what is perspective drawing, landscape, right? We also will be looking at 3D modeling and digital imaging, right? Like Mr. Adrian shared with you just now, right? We also do a lot of 3D, right? And then we look at our design, 2D, 3D creation, okay, concept art. Notice again, it's very product-based, it's very environmental-based, and then photography. Okay, photography basically in this case, we are looking for your keenness in your eyes, your animatics, your visualization skills and stuff like that. All right, so if you go into that page, you will see all our courses that's listed here. Okay, it's all listed here, and you can look at what each course is looking at. Okay, so it's under EAE, yeah. Okay, under EAE exercise under Nanyang Poly. All right, so you can look for this information. Okay, question? Okay, so, interviews. Let's talk about interviews, So under interviews, what we are looking for, right? So in the interview, we will be asking you a question, okay? And basically, we are trying to ascertain your three main areas. The first area is your interest. Okay, what are you interested to do? What is your passion? Okay, what is your knowledge about my course? If you are interested in my course, then you should do research on my course. Okay, so this is course, yeah. My annotation is off again. Hold on. Okay, so this is your course knowledge of what the course that you're applying to, right? Your passion is what you like to do, right? I like to watch movie. I like to cycle. All right. Activity outside class. What kind of activity do you participate in? Okay. Aptitude. All right. Aptitude have to do with your skills. For example, you already submitted a portfolio. Is your portfolio 6 to 10 pieces related to the course? Is portfolio very good? Is it curated? Is it citation very clearly? All right, and then of course you look at the training. So for yourself, your IT student, well, the training is already there, right? That's why, like what Mr. Adrian say, when we look at IT student, most of you already have the basic skills. All right, and of course, when we talk about GPA, we're talking about whether can you cope with the rigor of a poly education. Okay, poly education is not walk in the park kind of things. So there's certain rigor is involved. Right? The last thing that you're looking for is basically yourself, your attitude. Are you the kind of person willing to learn? Right? We have talented students, but if they are not willing to learn new things, then we would rather not have the student. All right? Are you a team player? Do you work well in a team? Right? Because our industry are all team-based. And the last one, this one, very important, punctuality. All right? If we have an appointment at 2 o'clock, right, let's start at 2 o'clock. When we have appointment at 4 o'clock, let's start at 4 o'clock. Why? Because punctuality, especially the first impression, counts. Correct? Okay? All right. Okay, now this is another important part that I think a lot of your senior doesn't understand. Now, successful candidates, meaning you are selected by the course, will be given one conditional offer. Then remember this, you choose 3 courses, right? You choose up to 3 courses, right? Correct? What if you are wanted by 3 courses? When you are wanted by the 3 courses, you will not get 3 offers. You will get only 1 offer. Okay, so if you are very talented, very passionate, and you choose 3 courses, all right, one in Poly A, NYP, and Poly B, right? Even you are successful in all three giving you offer. When we submit to the MOE will only give you 1 offer. You will not be given the next choice. Okay? So even if you are selected for multiple courses, you are given only 1 offer. Okay, anyone clear about this? Oh, okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, It's all very, 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 very tricky, right? It's very tricky, So, a lot of the senior, when they come for interview, they say, "Hey, I don't like this school anymore. They offer me, I don't take." Yeah, that's it. You're not going to not going to receive the next one. Okay, so what does the choice do? Okay, so let's say, for example, this is my choice. Right, a student A choose my first choice, the NYP choice, course 1, for example. All right, and then he says, okay, this is my choice 1. All right, and then I have choice Poly B, I choose choice 3. Then after interview, you say, oh, I think I like course 3. I like Poly B course better than course A. All right. So what can happen is this. Now, if NYP were to offer you, okay, NYP offer you, I say, okay, I like this student, I offer this student, okay, and then Poly B also offer you, right? So you have 2 offer now. Okay, offer 1, offer 2, right? But when you receive your offer, you only see NYP course. You will not see Poly B course. Okay? And if you were to reject Poly NYP course, what happened? Poly B course you will not see. It will be gone. Okay? You don't see this course. Okay with this? Alright, so same thing if you were to choose Poly B course as first choice, and NYP course as at the third choice, right? And later you decided, oh, NYP course is my ideal choice, I want to take, right? You will not see this choice, all right, unless choice 1 and choice 2 reject you. Can you see do you understand the logic now? Okay? All right, so I will go to the next one if no question. So bottom line, there's only one choice. Okay, let's go to this one. So how is it? How competitive is this course? Now, if you were to for you, you can participate in all 3 courses. 3 exercises, right, to improve your chances. Okay, that's one. Okay. Now, one of the things about this admission exercise is this, right? Both are all competitive. Can you see that? All are competitive. EAE is competitive because interview and it's aptitude-based and interview, right? So just to let you know, we are allowed to take in 50%. Okay, 50% of my intake. Okay, of my intake numbers. So for example, if you look at last year architecture course, okay, let me try to recall how many are we looking at. Okay, so last year architectural course we have about, the intake size is 50. Okay, 50 students about. So out of this 50, we can admit up to 25 students. Right, 25 students. Correct? And this 25 students consists of EAE, which is for O-level, and EAEI student. Do you understand the maths now? Okay? Right? So there's we only open 25 places under EAE, and we have to share this number with the A-level student as well as IT student. All right, so you do your maths. And as a school, we take in quite a number of students, right? Last year, okay, and we have a few. So I can tell you this, we are oversubscribed. Okay, so we are interviewing not 25 students, but we are interviewing close to 100 students for some of our courses. Or some of our courses is even worse, right? We have to turn away some students. Okay, so that's where the choices comes in now. So we have to, like yourself, you have to maximize your 3 choice. The school would like to maximize their vacancies. So for architecture, we will try to pick 35 students. Okay, 25 students that is, we think that will be the student that we want. Okay, so after that, for the next one, we're talking about, let me find this. Okay, the next one is JPAE. Now JPAE is competitive because it's based on GPA, right? If you have a higher GPA, you have to be, you have a better chance. Okay, on top of that, your NITEC courses must be related to the course. Okay, so for example, for EAE, nursing student can apply to my course, but for JPAE and SDAE, no, you can't, because it must be related. Okay, now SDAE is also competitive, right? It is based on aptitude and interview and GPA, and you are competing within other students as well. We have overseas student coming back, we have A-level student, we got O-level student, okay, and this is where they will apply. Okay, but of course IT students stand a better chance, because why? Because of the aptitude. Okay, because you have a portfolios, Okay. However, IT student tends to fare not so well in interviews. All right, because most of your senior don't want to talk, very shy one. Oh. Okay. Okay. At the end of the day, okay. At the end of the day, about changes is basically, it's about you, right? We want to see you. Clear now? Student, we not really based on results, okay? But we want to see the person that we want to train, okay? A person that we know that can learn from us. Not someone who come here just because their result is good, okay? Just because, I'm very talented. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for students who are willing to work with us, okay, willing to a team player and things like that. All right. Okay. So at the end of the day, do think about this. Important is your interest. Okay. What's your interest area? Okay. What do you enjoy doing? Okay. What do you enjoy doing? I enjoy drawing, for example. Yeah, I enjoy drawing. Okay, that's what I like to do. Then you also see your strength. Okay, can I draw well? Okay, if you can't draw well, you must have an interest to propel you, right? You're going to do 3 years of drawing, right? I'm not very good at drawing now, but my interest is very strong. Yes? Okay? If you cannot decide on this, right? Cannot decide on where your interest is, 3-year course is going to be very long, right? So the next thing you should look at, okay, is your strength. What are you good at doing? Right? I'm very good at maths, right? Then I would look at something that uses my math skills. The last one, okay, of course, people will choose a course also because of desired career, whether is it the pay is better, more prospect, or got more travel and things like that. So you also need to think of that, if you are someone who like to run outside one, right? Should not be a programmer. Programmer usually is in-house one, or things like that. Okay. All right. That is my part. Now we will open up for Q&A. Unless Mr. Adrian got something you want to share. Anyone want to share anything?
Yeah, so what Mr. Poyong says is correct. If you're passionate about a certain topic and you look at the diploma program and that's the one you want to go to, do put it as one of the top choices. So like the first choice, because based on the algorithm, that's the one they will pick if it's accepted. Then they'll follow the second and third. So you don't want to put it at the third choice and then later discover that, oh my God, the third choice is my passion. Do be careful about the arranging of the order. You will always only be offered one choice and you might as well put it at the top one. So just be sure that that's the one you want and put it right at the top. So yeah, we open up the questions. Questions related to the diploma program you're interested in, or the admission program, or simple things like how do I build my portfolio, when do I show my portfolio, can my portfolio be reviewed before EAE.
Don't be shy, it's better to ask since we're here.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
Just now you say about if you get offered in all three, they will only give you the first option.
First one.
We can't get to choose
No.
one of it, just one of it.
No. Unless it's from the same school. Make sense?
Yeah. So
I can't go to
Choose, is it?
wait, what is this? Iran, is it?
yeah.
Iran. Oh, sorry, I called your name wrongly. So if you choose poly A, poly B, poly C, right, or NYP, right, correct, and all three poly wanted your course, and then you suddenly you have a change of heart. You call Mr. Kwa. I think I would prefer to have NYP course, right? But I put NYP as third choice. I can't go and call poly A and ask them, hey, don't take him in, Correct or not? You know what I mean?
Yes, but
Yeah.
we have the right. We have the power to accept the course.
Yes. So you are offered only one course. You have to. If you don't like the course or change your heart, then you reject it lah. So the second choice, third choice, you are not likely to see them. Okay. Now that is why the attrition rate for EAE sometimes is people do reject. Okay, after being offered they do reject and things like that. Now for those of us who are not successful under EAE, don't worry. Do come back to take part in the JPAE and also SDAE. Right? If you're taking part in SDAE, you can also give us an email tell us that you are taking part in SDAE. If you already have a record of you or if you have a change of heart or whatever. Okay, so we know you have applied. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I don't understand. I do understand. You have given 3 choices, and at the end of the day, if you're offered all 3 choices, you can only accept or reject the one that they gave you. Okay, I do understand this. Everybody asked this question. Okay, so that's the reason why at this stage when you apply, you must apply in the correct sequence. Okay, according to the course that you like the most. Okay. In is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it clear now?
Yes.
Yeah. Also, so this is what I'm saying lah. So, I mean, if you say I'm very interested in course, NYP course, then of course my NYP course is higher one. But if you decided that this is my third choice, right? I'm more interested in Poly B, Poly A, and then Poly NYP, right? So when you have offered 3 courses, of course they will give you the first choice first, because that's your higher choice. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the reason why I asked your course managers, let us talk to you, right? Let us show you what we have, and also what we are not saying that we are the best. We offer the best courses. What we're telling you is go to the school website. All right, look at what is required. Look at the kind of course that they have. Okay, look at the kind of course that this poly offer you. Right? Is that the kind of course? Is that kind of school that you want? Is that kind of course that you want? Okay, that is the best way, best assured way that you can be certain now, whether this course is more suitable for you. Also, you look at our courses, you see we do have a lot of information already there. Okay, so this weekend go and read out all this because the opening is quite fast. Also join our Discord channel. SDN Discord. Inside there, some of the lecture will be there, right? If you have any question, you can still ask inside there. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Good question.
So what Po Yong says is correct. I know the system is a bit weird because usually you're given 3 choices, you can't expect given 3, right? But it's a bit strange because even all 3 choices want you, the first choice will get priority. So when you see the results, you only got to see one offer. And that's a little bit weird for some because we're so used to like top three, right? So it doesn't happen in this program. If you think about it, it's correct because the other second and third choices, the seats available is all filled up by other first choice candidates. So when you think of it that way, right, they're actually looking at the first choice of everybody first. And then only when there's space, usually, I don't think there is space, but usually if there's space, then they look at the second choice candidates, right? So think about it, the number of students applying for EA is quite big. And they definitely would pick the first choice candidates as priority. So if you really like that course, make sure you rank it properly. And when you're offered, you only offered one of the 3. And it could be in any order. So if the first one picks you, they get it first, right? So yeah,
If you-
any other questions you might have?
No question.
I think the IT students are all well researched.
I think
Different from the secondary
yeah,
school ones.
IT students are more familiar.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as cost is concerned, you're familiar with.
Exactly.
But the one that I like to share is basically some of the pitfall that your senior actually has is like what you mentioned, 3 choices. They don't understand the 3 choices.
Yeah. That's
the other
always
thing
an issue.
is competition. Okay, competition. The competition for, let's say, for example, architecture, not only from your architecture student, okay, it can be from other courses as well.
Yeah.
It can be from nursing school, for example, right? Because under EAE, there's no restriction to kind of course that you can choose.
Correct.
Okay? Yeah.
But of course, you all would have better portfolios lah. So when you all come and show your portfolio, don't shortchange yourself. Bring everything, right? Bring all your good works.
Yeah.
Don't go like, I need allowed 6, I bring 6. No. Bring 20, 30 pieces of work.
Be
You're
yourself.
not finished, never mind one. You know what I mean? Don't shortchange yourself, because if you're talented, do show us your talent. EAE is about passion, aptitude, and talent, right?
So if our works are all mostly digitalized, we don't need to bring any like original hard copy, right?
No.
No.
It-
So
we
digital
are not.
portfolio.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
We are not looking for any physical hard copy nowadays. If everything is already digital, right, then use a digital format.
Yeah. But do rank your portfolio items properly lah. Categorize them. Some put into a PDF, some do on a website, some arrange them nicely as a slideshow on an iPad. When you come, make sure your best works are shown first. You know what I mean? Like you show your project work before your year 1 finger sketch. You don't do the finger sketch first, right? You want to see the best works first, followed by whatever is left, fan art, all that will be right.
Yeah. Remember what we are looking for. Okay. Also remember, you choosing your pieces is also very important. That's why we have 6 to 10 pieces of work, right? That few number of works, of course, you must choose the best work that reflect your skills, your talent for the course. Or don't just throw 20 fan art into your portfolio. We have seen that. It's not very good Okay. So I will take out this one again. I'll show you. So you notice over here it says 6 to 10 pieces of recent pieces. Recent. So at least 2 from the category, meaning if I have observation drawing, right? 3 is observation drawing. I can put in another maybe digital graphic design, right? So you should have diversity because we have to look at your talent, okay? Because everyone have different talent, right? So we have to see your talents so that we can basically what we do is that when students come to us, right, we rank them, okay? We rank them according to what we have seen. Yeah, so your portfolio, if you don't put the good work inside, then your rank will be lower. Okay?
Then the essay that we need to do must be 600 words, is it? Exact
600 character.
Characters.
character. Okay.
Character.
600 words also I cannot write.
Okay, now I tell you a trick. You don't need to be very fanciful and write a 10-year series kind of answer. All right, it's just basically based on these 3 things that I asked you for, right? Remember I said, let me pull up my slide again. Where's my slide? Okay, remember I said about this. Think about your interest, all right? So what you like to do? So I say, I like to do drawing. I like to during my free time, I like to go and study architectural drawing. I take photograph of historical building, admiring the whatever thing, right? So this is my interest. So I take photograph of colonial building. Looking at the structure, right? So I say, then what do you like to do best? Then after that, I take good photos. I can do very well. I can draw very well, right? This is what you do best. And then the last part, of course, talking about Korea lah. Oh, I like to be an architect. I aspire to be an architect like Mr. Adrian, the famous architect. So you notice, you just based on these 3 questions, 60 character is nothing. 600 character is nothing. Okay, in fact, 600 character is too little. Clear now? Huh? So think about this. One bottom line is this. We receive few hundred to 1,000 kind of application. All right, for just the school. You can't expect the school to read everything in details. Correct? So what impresses us the most in the write-up is basically these 3 areas. Once you notice that you have these 3 areas, right, you write down these 3 areas, most likely you'll be shortlisted. Okay? Of course, the next thing is choices. Choices. Okay? At the end of the day, choices do matters. I'll be very frank with you. Okay?
Yeah. If
Hello?
you look at the chat window,
Yeah.
the chat window has a few links. There's a facility tour. Look at the school facilities. If you need to refer to like whatever we just mentioned here, there's a portfolio requirement YouTube channel. Our Discord has everything else that you can ask. There's 2 EAE links, and I found the link for the course booklet, so you can download directly from the chat.
Can they see the chat?
Yeah.
Can they see the chat message?
Yeah, it's a chat window. You must click open the window.
Like open already, can you see? Can you see the Zoom chat window? Cannot.
No lah, I can't see your chat window.
You cannot see the behind the
I can see
intro.
yours. Yeah.
You can see mine or cannot see mine?
I can't see yours, but I can see the chat window.
Okay, because I put it on the share screen.
Oh, no, it's okay. Oh, I
Okay.
think one student had a question. Just
Yeah. Who have the question?
Hello?
Yes.
So,
Where to submit our portfolio?
Okay, good question. When you apply for the course, you don't need to submit portfolio, don't need, Clear? Once you are shortlisted, we look at your 600 characters thing and we say we are shortlisted, we will send you instruction on where to submit your portfolio. Okay? How do you submit a portfolio? Very simple. You put your portfolio into a shared drive, okay, and then you share the link to the shared drive. Clear? Are you familiar with Google Drive? Way is it?
Yes.
Yeah. So you put your selected work into your shared drive, and then you share the link to the drive. Do you have a portfolio website?
Yes.
Okay. Then you don't need to submit. You just need to submit the link. Okay. When they ask you for the submission, you just provide us the link to your website.
Oh,
Simple.
okay.
Yeah. So you don't need to submit physical form. Don't need to email me. Clear or not? Don't email me. My email will burst. All right. Don't email anything. We just need your link. We will send you email for the email with instruction on how to submit this link. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Bottom line is that prepare now. Whether we have a course that you want to go to, start preparing. Start preparing. Don't worry about interviews. Interview is nothing. All right. You just come be yourself, and we ask you question, and you just answer the question. Some question very silly one. What's your favorite movie? That kind of question. Okay, any other question? Anyone?
I think they are quite informed.
Okay, never mind. So before I will do this again. I will launch this polling. Please poll. Please select quickly. In the meantime, this is for my record. So that show our bosses that we have conducted a talk. So please complete the 2 questions. Right. In the meantime, if you have any other question, you can post it inside the chat. Okay, either to me or probably to me or Mr. Adrian, right? And we will answer your question. All right. Wow, interaction design. I hope those are not interaction students.
Hey, why? Good, they pick my diploma program.
Oh dear, sorry. I have architecture. I missed it again.
Yeah.
Oh no. How
I miss architecture.
Lama, I missed my architecture again.
Okay, those who are interested in architecture, in the chat window, you all just say architecture, yes,
Thumbs
architecture,
up.
yes. Let
Sorry,
me count the number of people in the chat window. Oh yeah, I noticed don't have, you missed one.
Yeah. I wonder why.
You cut and paste from where?
Cut and paste from your message. I can't
That one
find
is
mine.
wrong lah. That one data got it wrong. Remember we changed it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, this is the one without the cost code as well. Remember we had the cost code one.
Yeah. It cannot allow us to do what? So anyone interested? Architecture student, are you interested to do architecture?
Yeah, just in the chat window, just say yes. Yes.
Wait,
for
the chat is
architecture.
disabled. We cannot type.
Oh, you can't type?
Yeah,
The
disabled.
chat is disabled.
Disable the chat.
Huh? Is that disabled, right?
Disable the chat.
How do
We have
disable
no
chat?
access to type at all.
Someone can
Okay. Is that? Can you all type now? Yeah. Okay. I think
Okay.
someone. The thing was disabled.
Sorry, we have to count one by one.
Okay, so those in architecture, because we failed to put it in the poll, just say yes, me, and then we'll count the numbers from the side then. Yeah.
Sorry, we missed out that architecture.
Yeah, and then just nice, they're all from architecture.
Okay, Daryl Quack, can you be a bit more clear on the question? What is confused about it?
Okay, firstly, it's not words, it's 600 characters. Okay, it's not words, characters. So it's actually much smaller than you think, much less than you think when you write. 600 characters is maybe 4 paragraphs. It's not very big. Just remember, a tweet is about 144, right? So 600 is 4 tweet lengths, right? So it's just to correct, it's not words, it's characters, and you will realize that it's kind of short to write what you're passionate about. So what Mr. Poyong said, remember Mr. Poyong mentioned the secret sauce, right? I think that's what Daryl is asking for again.
Okay.
What is the secret sauce for the 600 character paragraph?
Yeah. What are aptitude tests? Okay, aptitude tests. Great question.
Characters and alphabets.
So just remember, if you focus on these 3 areas in the write-up, it's not difficult to finish writing it. So what is inside the test? So for example, in architecture, we will give you a test paper, right? In the test paper, there are questions about drawing, ask you to draw something, ask you to analyze something, analyze certain. I can't tell you I cannot cheat. I cannot tell you the question. All right. So they ask you some drawing, observation skills. Then they will ask you to do some simple problem solving. Okay, so these are something that you should be already doing for architecture student. This should be something that you already been doing for the past 1.5 years. Okay. Character as in alphabet, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, aptitude test is this. So for example, if you are interested to do, let's say I pick up interaction design, all right? So interaction design will test you on critical thinking, logic and problem solving, and then storytelling. Okay, this is what they will be covering inside that test. Okay, so usually we give them about 45 minutes, and usually you don't need 45 minutes. Okay, unless you're doing something very totally different from what you're doing now. Like for example, you're an interaction design student, right? Then you're going to take up animation and visual effects. then it will take a bit longer because some of the things that you may not be familiar with. Okay, but the questions are quite straightforward lah.
Yep.
Okay.
In case you're not sure what 600 characters is, I send you a link to a website. Apparently, there's a website that shows you what 600 characters look like.
Yeah.
So yeah, I found that today, so I thought I'd share with you all.
Okay. If you go to NYP website, right? I think there is an instruction on the 600 character right now.
No, I think Daryl was asking your secret method. Remember you mentioned something? He
My
wants to
secret
hear that
method
again. I
is-
think he missed it.
Yeah, my secret message is very simple lah. Just like I say, always be yourself. Don't worry if it's grammatically wrong, or something, right? We are human beings lah. We'll try to ignore those stuff lah. Clear? What we want to look for is basically, like I mentioned again, the secret formula again. Is what is the secret formula? The secret formula is your interest, your strength, your desired career. Okay, so once you internalize these three parts, I think you have no issue writing 600 characters. Right? In fact, 600 characters is simply too little. All right. Now, remember there is a Discord channel that we have. You can always join the Discord channel, and inside there, our Miss Data or some of the other staff, other lecturers will be there to offer assistance if you really need it. Okay, Daryl? Where is the Discord link?
Yeah, if you scroll up, there's a Discord link at the top. There's a bunch of links at the top. There's a SDM Discord channel. Click on that one. In the chat window.
Okay, nobody read Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook is not for this generation.
No, we don't read Facebook.
Facebook is for me.
This generation is all Discord. They're all very, very happy when we have a Discord channel. They're very excited.
That is the reason why I don't have social media account. Wow, every year must change one. Now Discord.
Yeah.
Next batch, next batch I tell you there's something else. I tell you, headache, I cannot catch up.
One thing about the Discord channel is this Discord channel is mostly for new students applying to our school. Once you're in the school, we will migrate you to the
Another
school one.
another
one. Yeah.
another stuff.
Yeah. So you get a promotion or you promote to the secret SDM. All students are happy there kind of Discord channel. Once you're an official student. So we actually have a digital ceremony where we move students from the outreach channel to the school channel. It's very funny. They all happily got a new role, a new title as they move over. So yeah, we have two channels, but the one you're more interested in at this point is the outreach one, which we already put the link there. If you will notice, you will realize once you join the school, there's another more lively, crazy SDM Discord channel, which is called Year 1, Year 2, Year 3 and Alumni.
Yes, you need to submit the character in the EAE application. You don't need to be fully 600 character though.
Yeah,
Okay.
the CCA would be the 1,000 character paragraph at the end of the application. So you have a CCA, special interest, special skills. They are not related to the diploma programs. There's another paragraph at the end of the application, which is 1,000 characters. You can put your CCA stuff in there. And we join school and CCA at the same time. Oh, when you join NYP or SDM, you'll be open to any CCA we have at NYP level. So you very likely join during the same period as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, interview time, anytime limit. We time box it at 10 to 15 minutes.
Yep.
Okay, so it's a very short interview. All right. Basically, the lecturer will be asking you a question about your portfolio. You know, why you choose this piece, why you choose that piece, and if they are not certain, they will likely ask you for more your other works lah. Remember, you may have more than 10 pieces of work, so they ask you, what other work do you have, and things like that. Okay, it's a very simple chit chat lah. It's not a kind of job interview lah. Okay, so the same thing. During the interview, we are very interested in your strength, your interest, and your career choices. Finish. Okay, it's always about these 3 areas. Okay. I'm very good at training students for interviews. I always have these 3 questions.
Yeah, you
And
get
this three
Mr.
question-
Poyong's special sauce.
Yeah, these 3 questions, we prepare student, right? It's like our Bible lah. Clear lah. These 3 questions they can tackle, they're basically good to run already. And very successful, no?
Yeah. Maybe you can repeat the questions for them again.
Yeah.
What are the 3 questions in the interview that you must nail?
3 questions about your interest, about your strength, about your desired career. It's on the.
Yeah.
I shared the screen already. Can you see? So it's all there.
Yep. So if you interview, you can articulate exactly what Mr. Poyong showed you in words.
Don't memorize your question. I have one student memorizing question until it doesn't give a very good impression.
Yeah.
So the question was, what do you like about gaming? They say, the gaming, you got EA gaming, blah, 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 blah. So what do you do in your free time? I do gaming and I got EA gaming, blah, 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 blah. Everything about EA one. I tell you, it become very monotonous.
Yeah.
So the impression wasn't very good. So the best is be yourself. If you're interested in game development or game design, right? You should have already answered in yourself about this course. Simple as that. Okay? And the lecturers are very good at probing this kind of question. Okay?
Yeah, we are a creative school, so the lecturers you meet a little bit on the other side. Right?
On the
So they'll ask
side,
questions to kind of get your strengths, but the questions won't be, what are your strengths? No, it will never be that direct question. They'll probably ask you, have you heard of this movie, or what you feel about this scene in this movie, They may ask you if you're in that line, right? Indirectly extracting your interest, strength, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what we want to hear is, why should we pick you over other students? Because we want students to go like, you know what, this is my passion.
Yeah.
I really love to do this. During my free time, I do this. This is my work. I really want to learn more about this so that I can build a career for myself. Perfect. That's
Another
all.
thing you may like to check with your senior, right? Senior who are in the various poly, right? And you ask them about the community, the student population. How is the classmate behaving, right? You'll find that SDM students are the craziest bunch. Okay, when it comes to work, of course they work hard, but when it comes to fun, right? Things like orientation, of course you don't have orientation nowadays, celebration and things like that, they go all out and they go crazy. All right, and some of the lecturers are like Miss Teda will also join the fun. Okay, so it's that crazy kind of schools. Okay, but that's only when they want to enjoy. But when it comes to work, they are very serious.
You change classmates and teacher every semester? No, you don't. Your cohort will stay with you, and the teachers, you'll meet several along the way, but they're the same few people you see all the time. So, for example, if you're going MG, there's 6 lecturers you'll meet throughout your 3-year long span there. Yeah. But they come at different parts of your career.
The school is very small. All right, the school we are a small school. All right. We don't have that many. We don't have that many students. All right. We have about how many? We have about 600, slightly less than 600 student population.
Over
Slightly
8
less than 600.
programs, right? 8
programs. Yeah. So we are considered small schools, and as such, it's crazy. The students are crazy. All right. So you're looking about 1,000 over 3 years. Over 3 years, you're looking about 1,000, 1,006, 1,007 kind of student. So that's not a very big school.
Yeah, and
Alright.
we are quite close to students, so we are like mentors outside of their family cluster. So a lot of them, talk to us, not really much like teachers. Usually it's more like a mentor, foster parent kind of thing. But we do look out for the kids, and we look out for our students. So hence when Mr. Poyong says a small cohort, we do know every student by name. And it's quite a nice school.
No student by face, not names. I bad names.
I just named them a Pokemon name. Did you remember?
I want to
Come
name the
here.
numbers, but the numbers always change.
What's up? Come here. Yeah.
Okay, any other question you have? If not, then we shall end this session.
Yep.
Because
if you have more questions, do join the Discord and follow up with us. I'm on it. Miss Data is on it, so you can ask us questions directly.
I read it but I'm not really on it. But if there are any question, you have any question regarding anything, you can always post to us, and we will basically share it, and then we will reply with answers.
Right.
Okay. All right, no question. Then we'll close this.
Yep. Thank you for your attention
Thank you
and
very
time.
much.
Yep. And then we hope to see you during the interviews, and finally see you in our school. All right.
Okay, thank you. So, Adrian, you downloaded the poll already?
Yeah. I got the chat. I got the poll already.
Okay.
So the chat was disabled. So strange, huh?
Oh,
Is it by
I didn't
default?
disable it, eh?
Don't know. I think it's by default. Right?
But I didn't disable it.
Because just now I could see them posting, then after that it stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why you're wondering how come no one asked questions, because the chat wasn't working.
How do you stop? How do you stop people chatting? I want to know.
There is a chat, participate chat. There was no one. It was set to no one at default.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I saw it. I quickly set it to
Where is that?
everyone at the three dots at the corner of the chat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Ah,
Click on
okay,
it.
okay.
Yeah. So it's very strange because it's by default. Normally it's not often. It's open
Yeah.
open chat. So I don't know why in our session they had this.
Must be
happen.
you or me who close it lah.
Cannot be lah.
Accidental lah.
Yeah. I suspect it's probably something or some glitch.
Okay. Oh, I
Yeah.
see fashion student. Are there fashion student here?
Fashion.
Yeah. They have a fashion course. Some student, you see their pictures all so fashionable. I must hire one of them to do our session, to do our dressing.